Hi everyone. So this is for the Form 1 English, the second week of class suspension, and I've assigned the Anthology Units 13 and 14. So here I'm going to talk about a few of the more challenging questions, and hopefully it helps. On Unit 13, Hiker's Paradise. We may first take a look at a number of vocabulary items that are relatively challenging to students. First one in first line, greenery. Greenery, it means places with lots of green plants. Then the second one, in line 3, trails. Hiking trails. You may guess from the context, or if you still remember, we've learnt it in previous chapters. Trails means paths, so hiking trails means hiking paths. Then in line 7, the word scenic. It might sound new to some of you. Scenic is an adjective. It means beautiful, spectacular, or magnificent. So in the context, it means beautiful views, spectacular views, or magnificent views. And the next one, line 35, the word spray, as in mosquito spray. It basically means the repellent or this kind of bottle that helps get rid of those mosquitoes. These are of course the mosquitoes. And the last vocabulary item is in line 39, rucksack. It is a noun and it means backpack, or very similar to the school bag, but this is basically for travelers. So after knowing these words, you may now take a look at page 30, page 80, and try to figure out how to do this part according to the meaning. As I said, some of the questions are relatively challenging, and here are a few. First one, question number 1. People hiking on Dragon's Back will have to. So when we're approaching questions like this, we have to highlight the keywords. They include in this question. So what do you think? Which ones would be the keywords? Let's try highlighting or underline it and see if we've got the same thought. So for me, Dragon's Back would absolutely be the keywords. In the options, we have ride a boat, bring an umbrella, walk up some hills, or all of the above. So one thing to remember, not to base on what you already knew or your prior knowledge, you really have to refer to the text. So the keywords Dragon's Back, and you have to look for the exact wordings in the text, which is Dragon's Back, the second subheading. So let me give you a hint. If you take a look at line 8 to line 9, it says you will have to climb up and down quite a few steps. So what do you think? So the answer should be walk up some hills. So I hope you've got the right answer. And for the upcoming questions, I'm not going to tell you the answers directly. I would simply give you some hints and please try to figure out the answers on your own. And the next question, which I think it would be worth discussing, is question number 4. On the High Island Reservoir, hikers can take photos of the sea, the hiking trail, unusual rocks, or a village museum. So again, you have to figure out the keywords. High Island Reservoir. Then you have to look at the exact wordings in the text, which you can obviously find in the first 2 lines, High Island Reservoir. And the next set of keywords would be take photos of. Then let me give you some hints. Here, you may take a look at line 23 to line 24. Take great photos of the unique rocky landscape along the way. Photos of what? The unique rocky landscape. So what do you think now? So I'm pretty sure you would be able to figure out the answer by now. Let's take a look at the next question, which is question number 6. The best title for the poem is. The best title should be the keywords for this poem on page 40. Let's read out some options. The Burning Sun, A Forgetful Hike, Hiking is Fun, or A Beautiful Day. So we can see these options seem to be quite relevant and relatively difficult to get, because they're all related to hiking, stuff like that, of the poem. So let me give you some hints here. We have in line 34, a hat I haven't got. Line 35, I also forgot my mosquito spray. And in line 38, I forgot another thing. So now can you tell me, based on the hints given, forgot my mosquito spray in line 35, forgot another thing in line 38. Would that be something positive? Something you're happy about? Or something you find it upsetting? Something that upsets you? That is negative? So after seeing some keywords, key phrases like these, I'm pretty sure you know the answer should be that I'm not going to tell you here, but should be pretty obvious by now. Then on to the next set of questions, which is proven to be, over the years, pretty challenging to even the senior form students. It's in question number 8. When students are asked to identify whether the statements are true, false, or not given. So please take a look at question number 8 now. The first statement, Hong Kong has very little greenery. As I've mentioned before, you have to figure out the keywords first. Little greenery. If you still remember, greenery means, right, the places with lots of green stuff, plants of course. So we have to figure out where the keywords lie in the paragraph. Little greenery in Hong Kong. First line, paragraph 1. Shall we read on the whole paragraph? The truth is, not too long. So let's take a look. Many people think that there is little greenery in Hong Kong. Well, up to this point, some of the students might think, yeah, that must be true. But if you read on, the truth is, when this kind of expression, if you still remember, on page 77, when there is a turning point, we usually use the expression, the truth is. The truth is that, so there is something quite the opposite. About 3/4, okay, you might have no idea what 3/4 are. It doesn't really matter because that's not the point. Of it is actually countryside. So the word countryside is the noun for places with country parks, trees. So then you have to decide, is it true? Hong Kong has very little greenery. False. That is not true. Or not given. NG as in not given. Not given, that means not even mentioned. You can't tell. You don't know because it's not mentioned. Alright, so the second statement. Dragon's Back is the longest trail mentioned in the article. Dragon's Back, one of the keywords. Then we find it from the text. Dragon's Back, the second subtitle, is the longest trail. So that's here. Longest is another keyword. So let me give you the hint here. Is that quite a few steps. So I can tell you one thing, for the second statement, this one is the challenging one. But again, I'm not going to tell you the answer right away. And if you take a look at the second paragraph, reading on from here, it is a nice walk with lovely scenic views, but you will have to climb up and down quite a few steps. So few steps, does it mean not many or many? Quite a few steps, quite a few, is a phrasal expression. It means a number of or some steps. But does it mean the longest or the shortest? Of course, we have to judge. Is it true, false, or not given? So the third statement, Shingmun Reservoir is popular with hikers. So now this time, what are the keywords? Of course, popular with hikers. Shingmun Reservoir. And if you take a look at the topic sentence for the third section, this reservoir is one of the must-go routes for Hong Kong hikers. So if you don't know what the meaning of routes are, it means trails. So one of the must-go. Does it mean true? Does it mean false? Or not given? Apparently you know the answer. So here is it. Please have a try on the rest of the questions in Unit 13. And that's it for now. Thank you.